Welcome to the Psychic Medium Advent Calendar Countdown 12 Days of Christmas. My name is Melissa, and I was kind of nudged to do a little bit of a, 12 Days of Christmas videos. And so I was thinking about holiday seasons and Christmas time and cheer and love and Jesus and all of those things. And I was thinking what's most important to start with on our countdown to Christmas. So we've got 12 days to go. And I was really thinking the main thing for all of us, I think, is love and our loved ones. And of course, the story of Jesus and throughout the world in different religions, also just the story of love and the golden rule. But I was really reminded of loved ones. I don't ever tell very much, like when I lose a friend or an animal or a family member or others around me have great losses. I usually don't speak about it all that much, but I just have been in just tears a few times in the last week and the last months for family and friends who have lost moms. And so I send out a great big hug and love to everybody that goes through holidays without their mom or their dad or their children. And we're going to do a little bit of channeling on that. Let me prefix this by saying I was out running some errands and today, and I really don't feel my mom. Like people, I think sometimes are scared to ask me, do you see your loved ones, your relatives all the time because you're a psychic medium for so many years? And the truth is, no, I really don't. And I miss them and grieve. And it's not fair to grieve every day for the rest of our lives in deep grief and not live. But I sure think about them a lot, and I know that they're with us. And I was in line today in some big traffic hullabaloo, and the car in front of me had tags that were Choctaw Nation, which is my mom's tribe that she's from. So that was really cool, and I was just behind them for quite a while. So I just thought, Mom, thank you for this hug, because I needed it. And so to all of us who have ever lost anyone, who miss our family, we're going to do a little bit of a channeling and celebrate our loved ones today. How's that? So I'm just going to start with open up our hearts. And this is super freaky because I just was shuffling and praying and pulling a card from my favorite deck, as always, which is the Sacred Geometry Activation deck of Oracle cards. And I got communication. Which is a 14. And that's a number 5, which is change, shifting, change. We're in the middle of shifting and change, of course. One of my favorite subjects. Let me read that. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So the first thing I'm getting, I asked for a little bit of channeling from our loved ones this evening, just a real quick one for this 12 Days of Christmas countdown. And the first thing I'm getting is open up your hearts. We are still here and we are aligned with you, and we don't want you to not live. Make it simple. And if you feel like you can't feel us, is sometimes our grief, our main people, it feels like we can't feel them sometimes. They want you to know that they can always hear you. So talk to your mom, talk to your son, talk to your daughter, talk to your father, your grandparents, talk to your puppy dog or kitten that's passed, that's crossed over. And they can hear you, they can feel you. And please know that they participate in over and over and over and over many years of psychic medium readings and asking about the afterlife. I've asked them, people will tell me, please tell my family member that I love them and I'm sorry and I miss them. And the truth is that they can hear you and feel you when you want them to. And even if it's not nice, like I'm mad at you for dying, or I didn't like it when you said those things when I was in second grade, they still will be happy to hear you and love you. So open up your hearts and communicate with your loved ones if you want to. They're still very much present in some ways in our hearts and our lives and our circumstances. And so I am receiving a message from a daughter saying, just make it simple. Someone's daughter. Make it simple. It's like as we go through the Christmas times, just know I'll be there and I'll be with the kids. And love is really all that matters. I'm very honored to have been able to walk with you in this life and know that you'll see me again. You have to stay here. You have to stay alive. You have to be here, even though it's a little depressing and hard sometimes. But no, I will come and I will let you know some really good, unmistakable signs. And just know it's not always the way you think it's going to be. And I am free and I am in the light of God. And I want you to be free and enjoying some life. I have a kind of a collective, as I like to describe and explain a little bit about being a medium for so long, the heavenly loved ones who I see. There's two kinds of mediums, where there's the higher heavenly medium that talks to the higher energies, and the lower ones that help with paranormal. Some of us can do both. But right now we're talking about the heavenly loved ones are saying that they're safe and free, and they want us to know that there's no more fear here. And they've always said that they can always hear us and communicate, and where they're at is, free of illness, free of worry, free of judgment. And although they're working on things themselves, we are working on them in our bodies and on earth, and through Christmas times, that sometimes is our hardest time. So just know that they are helping and participating and encouraging us. And I have someone's grandmother here that's collective grandmother and mothers. So I've got the two of them together. And they're saying, just know we appreciate the traditions that you want to continue. And that they're very proud of your love for your family. And that you didn't mess up. You're not behind. I love that. I love that one. And that mom loves you and grandma loves you. And they are going to bring some very unmistakable signs and some moments through the holiday season to let you know that they are here. One of them is showing me hands. So when my mom passed, my dad asked me, he said, what's important to you about mom? And what's something you're going to remember or want to remember? And I said her hands. And he said, what? I have little chubby, round, really strong hands. I play the cello, I play music, I do everything with my hands. And my mom was a tiny person, tiny. And her little hands were slender, and she was always saying, you can see veins in my hands. She just thought they were ugly. I thought they were awesome, most beautiful, creative mom, unconditional, loving hands. And so I'm seeing that message. So if we can all remember, those of us who have lost moms, grandmothers, daughters, remember their little hands as they walk through life with us. And just know those hands are on our shoulders, on our arms, holding our hands as we go through the holiday season, okay? They want you to know that you're loved. And I've got someone's father here, and they're also saying, just please know that there's direction and guidance. If you feel like you're lost, I don't know what this is. Lost, blah, blah, blah. and holidays are stupid, and just know that they understand. Don't put up any lights. Just forget it. Don't make another turkey if you don't want to. But all the loved ones that are here still with us on earth would love to see you. And even if it's just for 5 minutes or for an hour, go to the parties, go to the celebrations, just to remind the others in your family, friends, groups, loved ones, that you are loved. And know that this is a time of, realignment, restoration, and healing. It's kind of almost like Easter, how we think of Jesus, Easter, as resurrection, restoration. They're saying that inside of us, this Father is saying inside of us, just know there can be some restoration to some family relationships or some things that have been hard over the years. And in this holiday time where you miss Dad, just please know that he likes the idea of you just checking in, at least with the others, when that's appropriate, and that you are loved and missed too. He misses you too. As usual, I have a puppy dog. This dog is saying, just please tell the people that it's important for them to know that sometimes we think, did they love us? Do they know we love them? And they do. And the dog is safe, and it wasn't your fault. And just know that they will always be with you, that they're always your BFF, and they are always around in your heart, and they are in the afterlife. Dogs really do go to heaven. So in the spirit of Christmas, it's the coolest thing, because it feels like it's time to just know that we are here to be in harmony and unity. And that could mean by yourself, like me, Melissa, personally. I was on Thanksgiving, I didn't hear from a single person, like not a single person talked to me. I texted my family and said happy Thanksgiving and stuff. And it was the best day ever, because I was cooking and I got to do projects. I ate leftover pizza and it was great. So just know that peace and love and truth and joy and these things really are real about Christmas. The other parts, the money, the bondage to the traffic and exhaustion and how much money we have, and all that kind of stuff is not the reality. We're rising up into the celebration of love and peace, just like baby Jesus taught us, or some of us, unless you have a different religion, which in that case would be whatever words are right for you, because we all know we're coming from the same place. And in spirit, they all can stand together and be in harmony and unity, and that's what our loved ones are saying for us this Christmas, this holiday time. Have some fun, have some peace, make it easy, try to make it simple, and just know you are loved. So welcome to the 12-day countdown, Psychic Medium Advent Calendar. So today's the 12th day. We're going to go to 11 tomorrow, okay? Blessings.